good afternoon, and welcome to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show, and it's Catherine Tyson, your host. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. This is Thursday, and it is Success 101, and you know I'm always very excited about Thursday. I'm excited about every day, but I'm excited about Thursday because I get to share stories and young Caymanians that have these stories of success that I am always so excited about and I'm always so proud of, and I want to share it with the audience because you know what? They're out there and they are doing it. They're doing the thing, and we should be very proud of them. And so today, no different. We have an amazing young Caymanian that I'm so proud to talk with today, and I will be bringing her on in a few minutes. So bear with me. In the meantime, I'm going to be congratulating a couple of young Caymanians that are out there doing some good stuff. I see it in the newspaper, so, you know, wherever I hear about it from, if it's on the street, if it's in the salon, if I'm sitting down getting my toes done or something and somebody's telling me something, I'm going to come and tell you guys because I want us to be bigging them up, right? Because we're supposed to. So Simon Tatum, who graduates with a master's degree, I want to congratulate you. Congratulations to Simon Tatum. He's the first Thompson Leadership and Innovation Award Scholarship recipient who graduated from Kent State University in Ohio in May with a postgraduate degree in visual arts and a concentration in sculpture and expanded media. I love that because it is so different, right? It's not your average, lawyer, accountant, and, all that stuff. But, we need them all. So congratulations to Simon Tatum. I'm so proud of you. Just want you to know that. And we are out here. And if you need anybody, you need anything, call us. Okay, don't be shy. Reach out to the people that, that can provide that support for you. Okay? Also want to congratulate Miss Mariah Webb, who recently completed a bachelor's degree in business administration with a focus on accounting from ICCI, and she will be pursuing a Master of Business Administration online at Georgia Southern University. Congratulations, Miss Mariah Webb. Very proud of you as well. And we have some other Caymanians that are scholarship recipients. We want to congratulate all of them and wish them well. Good luck on your studies. And, of course, if you are, definitely in need of anything, any support, please just reach out and touch us. Let us know, okay? Also, I want to congratulate Reagan Ruddy, who has gained Tokyo 2021. You know what that means? That is the Cayman Islands is sending someone to the Olympics, and I'm just so proud of Reagan Ruddy, who has made history becoming the first Caymanian gymnast to represent the jurisdiction at the Olympic Games just 3 weeks after competing at the Pan American Championships in Brazil. Ruddy has received, an invitation from the Olympic Games to come and compete. So there you go. I mean, that's the first Caymanian gymnast making history, okay? And we know the Ruddys. We know that name because we've eaten Burger King and Pizza Hut and Popeyes and all that good stuff. Congratulations to Reagan and congratulations to her people, okay? So we want to congratulate all of them that will be competing at the Olympics. So that's Jillian Crooks. She will be swimming. Brett Frazier, he'll also be swimming. We know the Frazier brothers there. Reagan Ruddy, as just mentioned. Kimar Hyman, who will be doing his run. And Shalisa Ray, who's also running. So congratulations to all of you guys. And, we just want to really big them up. And I know some of you out there listening and saying, oh, well, she didn't mention this one or she didn't mention that. Tell me, please. Let me know so that we can big them up also, okay? 943-3700. You can always call and let me know, or you can always send an email to us at straighttalk@star927, okay? And that is where, we will be able to get that information. Okay, so on to my guest, who is very nervous and shouldn't be, but, she's just shy, but I don't think so. Anyway, Miss Daniela McGowan, I want you to say hello to the Cayman people who are waiting to hear your story.
Hello.
Let's go in here. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. So hi, Miss Daniela.
Hi, how are you doing, Catherine?
I'm good. I'm good. So let me turn up your mic a little bit because I want people to hear what you're saying. You gotta come in here. All right.
Thank you so much for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
It is really a pleasure to have you here. Okay, so Daniela, now I know I walked into your store a couple weeks ago, and because I had a gift certificate. So I had a gift certificate from my job, one of my jobs, got to go to report everything to them. And we had gotten that for Christmas. And I was like, let me go finally get this, get this product or whatever products that I could get at this store called Goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I walk into Goodness, and I love the store. It's just lovely. And then behind the counter is this young Caymanian woman. And I said, well, who owns the store? And he said, well, I do. And I said, you know what? You got to come on my show. Come and talk to us about that. So tell me just a little bit, before we even get into Goodness, tell me a little bit about your background, and kind of like, what did you want to be when you grew up? And then kind of give us an idea of how you got into being a business owner.
Yeah, I mean, born and raised Cayman, Bordentown. When I was actually younger, I actually thought I would be a social worker at some point. Just always really loved working with kids and interacting with people. But after I graduated high school, I kind of got into the finance role, I guess, based on the different places I worked. And it's definitely helped me throughout the years for sure. But I think I've always wanted to have a little piece of something for myself. So when the opportunity came about, I just went for it. So that was a little over 2 years ago.
All right. So you've been in the financial industry.
Yes, in the financial industry since 2006, 2005.
Okay. And so you still like numbers.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
So you're a numbers girl, because I'm not a numbers girl, completely. And funny enough, I'm a social work girl. Right?
Oh, you told me, yeah.
That's my background. So when you said that, I'm so excited because I'm like, listen, UCCI has a social work school, so you can still do that. I hope
Which I did not realize.
Yeah, it's been a few years now, actually. It was, because time is going so fast, I'm almost thinking that the other day I heard about it, but it's been a couple of years.
Okay.
It's literally been about 2 years, I think, that you can actually get a bachelor's degree in social work here on island, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, because before we had to go off island to do it, but we can do it here now. So that's just such an amazing field. And because you're young, you're able to really look at different things. But so you still have your day job.
Yes.
So what do you do at your day job, and how do you fit it all in?
So I'm an accountant in a property management accountant for a real estate company. Been there for about 15 years, so doing a lot of property management accounting, and then pretty much outside of work, it's just family and goodness at this point.
Okay.
Kind of squeeze in a little bit of time for some social activities, but that's pretty much my world.
Yeah.
Work, goodness, and family. So.
Okay. All right. So what, now, other than you saying, I wanted something for myself, a piece of something for me, meaning you wanted your own business, right? What made you get into this particular business? And tell us a little bit about this business. What is it that you do? What's kind of the idea behind it, when you were dreaming up what you were going to do?
So the focus of Goodness is really, we focus on handmade, sustainable, and small business products. So I guess it really started with me and my sister just kind of always wanting a little small, cute gift shop, just wanting to be able to offer ourselves and, the people of Cayman something, nice products, nice gifts, affordable. So then we just kind of came up with the idea, let's just try to open a gift shop. We both make handmade products. I do more so of body products and cement planters. My sister does wooden signs, and now she's kind of expanded into different products. So it was easy for us to kind of bring our products together and then reach out to all of the amazing local creatives and just everything that they have to offer, and kind of just have a business of our own and bring our products and also include the community in it with the creatives, and then offer it to our locals.
Okay. All right. So you were just kind of realizing that you can make stuff and you like doing that, and stuff that represented Cayman in some way, or some type of healing too, because I felt that when I walked into the store. I felt like this, it smelled good, it smelled therapeutic. There was a whole lot of, just aromatherapy and different things. So it was good on the nose, good on the eyes. It was just a good feeling. So was that a part of your thought process?
Yes, absolutely. So I tend to kind of stick to more like non-toxic, clean products, which is kind of what I used to make on my first little small handmade business. And then we kind of just wanted to keep things as like clean and plastic free. So we had like a few standards that we definitely wanted to stick to. So we really appreciate being creatives ourselves, like all of the time and the creativity and dedication that goes into making your own products. So we kind of just wanted to celebrate that and honor other creatives, whether they're here or internationally, and kind of just give them like a little home, like a little place that we can kind of all come together, collaborate, right, and just showcase our work, really.
Right. So when you said that you kind of decided you're going to reach out, how did you do
that? Red Sky was one event, really, that we would kind of just go and meet local creatives, kind of just walk around and see what we had to offer. Social media, Instagram, we had a lot of people kind of reach out to us once they realized what, we were offering. There are not many stores, I think, that kind of do that for our local creatives. So it's really like a lot of word of mouth and a lot of research and a lot of putting ourselves out there, sending messages. Hi, Catherine, are you interested? I've come across your products. I really love it. Okay. I think that, your products and what you see, your values seem to kind of align with ours. So would you be interested in collaborating and just kind of making relationships grow organically? And it's been working. Right now we have a little over 50 local creatives. The store's majority of the products in the store are from local creatives. So it's been really good. We've been able to form a lot of relationships through it. So
and how it works then is you're basically selling people stuff for them.
Yeah.
So that's the relationship, is what you're talking about, right? Okay. So it's almost, it's not, I wouldn't call it consignment, kind of, not really.
Ish, yeah.
Where you're providing them a space where they can actually get their wares viewed and sold without having to pay for an overhead then.
I mean, we do a lot of marketing for our creatives, exposing their products. When you come in, we really educate ourselves and just consumers like you, when you come in, hi, this is, made by so-and-so. So they get a lot of exposure. We kind of really invest ourselves personally in the products. I would say there's probably nothing in the store. We don't really tend to stock anything in the store that we ourselves wouldn't purchase either for ourselves or for someone we would want to give personally.
So you have to believe in it.
Yeah. Yeah. We really just stand behind all of the products that are in there.
So do you turn people down then if it's something you don't necessarily? You've not done that yet.
We really try not to. Yeah, we really try to give everything a shot to be fair.
But if you had to, you didn't believe in it, you'd say we're not interested.
I think there have been very few instances where like we've had like really good conversations about, hey, like you brought your product, it's a great product, but my personal opinion is if you could maybe consider tweaking it, or would you consider how you're. Yeah, we haven't had much of those, but we like to give constructive feedback. Is what I'd say. So and it's always been well received. So.
Okay. And so how are you doing? How are you doing? Like in your spot?
Really good. We've been in our new spot. The end of this summer will be a year now.
Wow.
We started out on the waterfront. Super cute space, nestled right in between La Valley and, what is it? The Fish Shack.
The Fish Shack,
super cute space.
Fish Shack.
The Fish Shack, yeah. So that was our first space, super sweet space. It was really bittersweet to kind of give it up, but this new space has kind of offered us, more space. We're able to expand our product line and kind of just have more space for when we want to start back having our creative sessions and stuff.
That space works better, you think?
Yeah, it's working better for sure.
And it's in Georgetown too, so it's across from Royal Bank, right? Royal Bank of Canada.
Right across from Royal Bank.
Yeah, so it's easy to walk to if you work in that area. Just walk and
exactly.
Yeah, that's really good. Where do you park?
People can usually find parking along the sidewalk. I know
Yeah.
it says no parking, but you can park there.
Right.
People tend to park. You find places. I think
Yeah,
that's
just give
probably,
Danielle your ticket if you get one.
Yeah, just give me my ticket and I'll sort you out. That is,
Yeah.
I guess, one of the most things we get back, like, oh, well, where do you park? But,
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You can figure it
there
out.
have been businesses that have been
Hey,
around
KFC is on that street, and
forever.
people are not struggling with parking. They are getting KFC.
You find a way, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
absolutely.
you want to get there, you'll find us and get away. So.
Yeah. So that is a great spot. And now that you mentioned the waterfront, I think because we at Passport to Success, we had sent a student there that was an intern. You had provided an internship opportunity for us. Thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
Because I was teaching that for the last 2 years. And she came back to the class and I love this store. I love the store. I walk into the store and it smells so good and it just makes you feel good. And she wasn't like a happy person, like she'd tell you I'm not a happy person, but that made her happy.
Yeah.
And so it was really good. Yeah. And also just for providing a young person the opportunity to learn retail and just different things like that. Yeah. Just how to deal with customers and stuff. So that was really great. Thanks for giving back in that way.
For sure. We've worked a lot with Passport to Success. Actually, thanks to Shannon Seymour, she kind of gave me the recommendation. So all of our staff that we've had in there have been, young Caymanians, whether they're in tourism or just like starting out, just want to get experience. The girl that we have in there now is just absolutely phenomenal. I tell her, like, one day she's literally going to take the shop over from me. She came in there. She had kind of just gotten out of school. She was so super nervous, just apologizing every 2 minutes. Like, I'm so sorry. I have no experience. Like, I've just heard about your store. I would love this opportunity. And we gave her a chance, and she's been there, and she has been just phenomenal.
Okay.
So we've had now actually 2 other employees that came from actually Passport to Success.
Okay.
And just great experiences. But we really do love to give back to the young Caymanians. Just so much potential, you know what I mean?
Right.
So just love being able to be in the position to give them that opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really good.
And I love that. I love the fact that, you're a young business, you're a young woman, you're new, a new business owner, but you're still thinking on this community level. That's very global. So I love that. I love the fact that, you're still saying, yeah, whatever I can do to try to help, kind of pay it forward, kind of prepare our young people. That's awesome because, when you think about yourself at 18, and somebody giving you a chance or, needing a chance at that point and then being able to do that now. I love that. I think that's the way you continue.
I think that is definitely how I even got into accounting. Someone gave me the chance.
Right.
I had I was employed at PC Powerhouse. David Shibley, and I was like, at the front desk, just kind of helping people get their, you remember PC Powerhouse, like a computer?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So people would come there, and then just one day he's like, I really think you would be amazing to help me upstairs. And I didn't really, I was like, I have the same thing, like, I have no experience. Like,
right.
I don't know what you're really thinking. But he's like, no, like, and he kind of, and I wasn't really aware of what he was doing, and I don't even think he was, but kind of like informally coaching me and just looking for like my strengths and kind of seeing how he could, help me progress on those. So he kind of put me in the position of accounting and helping him upstairs with like his accounts and his payroll and just everything else.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I trickled into this accounting world. And I was just, I've always just been so grateful for that opportunity. And, I have 2 kids myself, so just thinking of, the opportunities I would want their community to be able to give them,
right.
regardless of what they choose to do when the time comes. So
right.
We're just always definitely open to giving young Caymanians the opportunity to try something.
Yeah, and I think what I love about your story and that story that you just shared with us in terms of, somebody giving you an opportunity to move to another level, to move into another area that you thought, I don't know anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The fact that you do not have a university degree.
No.
I love that because, on this show, Success 101 named it, right? Thursdays where we highlight our young Caymanians. I talk a lot about education because education is everything. Education is not just a university degree. It's everything. It's world stuff, right? But I really believe that there are certain components or proponents of success, and it doesn't necessarily mean that someone has a university degree. The more that the more the world develops and the more access we have to things in such a way, sometimes, it's not even a necessity. When it might have been when I was graduating high school, It was like everybody had to have a degree because, a high school diploma was whatever, you know what I mean? But nowadays, it's so different. And so I love the fact that, you're able to talk about the success that you have, experienced and getting a chance from someone else to get into this area and to just be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely encourage people to go to school, and I will be honest, there have been opportunities that people haven't, I guess, taken me on because of the lack of that, that certificate, that piece of paper.
Right.
And I think for a few years, I was it was a little bit upsetting, a little bit like discouraging. But then after a while, like I kind of just owned it, and I was like,
right.
just kind of thought of like all of the things I really committed myself to, dedicated myself to,
Absolutely.
So I'm just like, that just, it didn't make me happy.
Right.
So I was like, I can do things without going that route. And like you said, in this day and age, it's definitely great to have. It's an easy pass into the doors to just say, I have this. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't want anyone to be discouraged because they don't have it or because they think that that's just not for me, because that's what I chose as well. And if you're willing to just own your decision and just move forward, the possibilities are endless.
That I love that. I love what you just said. Also, I'm just loving everything you're talking about because it really is kind of a lot of things that I talked about in the past, like 20 years ago, when people would be mad because they can't get a job because of this, and this. You're making a decision yourself. Yeah. You're making a decision whether you want further education. And if the decision is that you don't want it, that's okay. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with don't be mad with me because I have it. Yeah. That was a decision that I made at the time because it was important to me. Like, for instance, I have a master's degree, but I also was a single mother at 26 years old. Mm-hmm. So when I look at a single mother to 3 kids, so I was looking at 3 little children that needed to be fed, and I thought, you know what? In order for me to, this is my situation. In order for me to really provide for them at a level that I want to provide for them, I'm gonna have to be able to get a really good job.
Absolutely.
And I'm not a numbers person. You know what I mean? So just kind of looking at what are my options. However, if I did, get a degree in this, and could I get a secure job? And I got my social work degree, and I got a secure government job, and it was amazing, and it was great. Exactly. But for someone to be upset with someone else because they happen to be able to get this opportunity, but you can't get it, well, you're making a decision, and every day we make a choice, and be okay with your choice. Exactly. And that's what you just said. Mm-hmm. Make peace with that and say, it's not for me. Yeah. But all these other things are for me.
Exactly.
So let me go ahead and do that, right? Instead of being mad. And I love that because, there have been 18-year-old millionaires because they've invented something or because they created something and they don't have a degree. And so it's not just a cookie cutter, this is what success looks like. And that's what we try to do on this show.
Absolutely. There are definitely different ways. And I know it's easy to be, I think, discouraged. Like, you'll apply or you'll see jobs that you would think you'd really love to do. And you're like, oh, I don't have this, but just there's a way around it. There's a way around everything, pretty much. So
well, find your spot, right?
Find your spot.
Find your niche. It's so much. The world is filled with so many different things that you can do. Yeah?
Yeah.
And so you experience that, and you'll hear, some young people that I've talked to in here on this show as well, our Thursday Success 101 show that has a degree, come home, can't get a job, because they don't have experience. So it's like a catch-22. Yeah. And so they've had to, I had one young man that I told him, I saw you walking in town. He said, 6 months, Ms. Catherine, I walked. I said, I saw you walking. He was like, it was 6 months. And I had this degree, and I thought the world was waiting for me, and they didn't. But you know what? I walked. You're right. I walked. I did my time. Yeah. I started off at the bottom. I did this. And now people are calling me, offering me, certain jobs after 6 years. I'm like, exactly. So that to me is the key. right, is to find the thing that you love, find the thing that you're good at, be the best you can be at it,
Absolutely.
show up every day.
Every day. Don't be
Early.
afraid to get your hands dirty either.
Early.
Yeah.
Stay late. Push up those sleeves, roll up those pants legs, and get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may not have the degree or like the, an ACCA or a CPA, but no one can say that I have not put in the time or the work.
Right.
And, at the end of the day, I'm still super proud of like the work I deliver every day, whether I can sign off as a ACCA or a CPA or just, Daniela McGowan works for me. It's great.
Yeah.
And
I bet you sitting you next to somebody like that, they could probably be quite impressed with you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
because you're holding your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So the knowledge is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely based on getting good opportunities for sure and putting in the work too. So it's been going good.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Yeah. So it's not saying don't go to college, but what it's saying is figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
And then do that to the best of your ability.
Absolutely.
And if it happens to be college, go ahead and do that. Because I always say they can't take that piece of paper from you. That's one thing I know for sure. And that's what I thought about with my kids. Like, they can't take it from you.
Absolutely.
Get it and then go to Peru and walk around with a backpack. But when you're ready to settle, they can't take that from you. And that's important. And sometimes they require it. So it's really up to you. But the decisions that you make, and you're able to live this full life. And then you decided, I want to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And so now you're making a difference, not only in your own life, but in, 50 other, creatives' lives possibly.
Yeah, I've created like a little goodness family, really, like just had so many new relationships over the past 2.5 years that, I would have never thought just come out of my shell more in different ways that I would have thought there's no way I would ever be able to do certain things. Run a business alone and to still be standing in the midst of a global pandemic, you know what I mean, to walk out of lockdown and still be able to open my shop and still be here really a year later. Just so grateful, just using the knowledge and, the determination and really the support of like the local community has just been phenomenal. And so that's why we'll always give back as much as we can. All
right, good stuff. Well, you know what? I got quite a bit of questions for you, and I want to talk a little bit more about goodness. I want to kind of get into the goodness of goodness and just continue to share that with the listening audience. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Thank you, Daniela, for coming into the studio with us to share your Success 101 story. It's lovely, and you're lovely, and I really appreciate that. For those of you that are listening, if you want to call in, 943-3700, we're here. We're ready to answer the phone. This is your Thursday Success 101 show. It is Straight Talk Drive at 5. I am your host, Catherine Tyson, and we shall be back after these messages in just a few minutes. So please stay tuned. and this is Thursday Success 101. We are chatting with Daniela McGowan, who is our success story for today. And I am so happy that she has joined us in the studio just to chat about, just her story. So she is the owner of Goodness. And if you don't know about Goodness, you need to know. And we're just trying to talk a little bit about that. This is a young Caymanian business owner. And so tell us a little bit about Goodness. I'm going to read, just let me read a little bit of your background. So you're a graduate of St. Ignatius High School. You're a product of St. Ignatius. Okay, great. It's good. They should be proud. You work in property management. You've been doing that and accounting for 13 years. Been in the capacity of an accountant from 2009. You own OMGI Essentials?
OMG Essentials.
Oh, okay. OMG Essentials. Mm-hmm. So what? And so that's the name outside of what? So what's that with Goodness? How does that connect?
So OMG was kind of my first baby business. So that's kind of when I would make, handmade natural products at home. I kind of have expanded now into making concrete planters because I just love planting and gardening.
Okay.
So the name behind that one is from my daughter, so I kind of call her G. So the GI on the end is for her. And
G. Okay.
OMG is kind of a very popular saying in our household, so I kind of just combine the two and.
Oh my God! Like OMG. Okay,
yeah.
Great. And so you still make handmade products. So those are you have them in Goodness. Some of your things in there.
I do sometimes. Unfortunately, I don't get enough time now.
Oh, to do it.
To kind of do it. It's kind of one of the sacrifices of taking on Goodness.
Okay.
As much as I do, I don't get as much time to focus on my OMG products as much as I would like.
Okay.
But it's still good. I kind of think when I started to retail OMG, making those products was kind of something very therapeutic for me, something I like to do in my pastime.
Yeah.
Me and my boyfriend, we would go online, just look up supplies, be like, I want to try to make this. And we would go online and he would help me just kind of find supplies and bring them in and just try different facials or different stuff on each other.
Okay.
So when I kind of started to retail them and kind of pressure came on to like a little bit of demand, it kind of took out a little bit of the joy for me, to be honest.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. It seemed like it was more work.
Yeah, it seemed like it was more work. And you
were doing it for the fun.
And I was doing it more so for the fun. So now if I make products, it's kind of like, I wake up one morning and I'm like, oh, I just want to make muscle salve. So let me do that.
Okay.
I kind of don't believe in making my type of product if I'm not in the mood for it. Because I think that my energy, that may seem silly, but
no,
I really
it doesn't.
Feel like my energy, my mood
goes into it. No, it's not silly at all.
So
if you cook food and you're not into it, no, I believe that too.
Exactly. So if I'm in the mood, I'll make a batch of like creams and salves on the weekend. If I'm not, I'm like, well.
Okay, she's just casually looking at me saying, if I'm in the mood, I'll just make a batch of creams and salves. I'm like, it's awesome because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
I can write a really great essay right now.
Yeah.
Like I can, right now, I can write like 4 pages of something, but I can't make no salves and nothing like that.
So.
And what you just said reminded me of something when I started writing and I thought, I realized that I could write, that I went to work at a newspaper and I didn't like it anymore because it was deadlines and it was like certain, borders. And I want this, I want that, I want the other. And I'm like, I don't know. I thought I liked writing, but I like the creative part of it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So, it's still good. Like I said, a little bit of a sacrifice because I don't have that much leisure time now.
Right.
But I just get to help literally so many other creatives, get their products out. And so.
Well, because you're a mom too, right?
Yeah.
So you're quite busy.
Yeah. My life is busy. The kids keep me busy.
Yeah, with activities and everything.
Absolutely.
So how do you balance all of that, though?
A great support team at home.
Yeah.
It is essential. Like, I can make commitments. My kids are like super crazy busy. One is 12, one is 3, and each have their own very busy schedules. Me and my boyfriend obviously have very busy schedules as well, between work, Goodness, and our own little extracurricular activities that we have. But definitely having a supportive family and team just helps so much. So if I say tonight I need to spend an hour or two and go to the shop and knock out something I've been really putting off, um, it can happen pretty much. So just a lot of teamwork, a lot of shifting schedules, and just being there for each other, really, and just understanding what means a lot to each other and just how we can make it work. So
well,
I have a really good team.
Yeah, that's good. You always need a good support team.
Yeah.
You know, in order for you, because what I'm hearing is you have a full-time job, you have a full-time business that's actually quite successful. You're managing a lot of people's products, so it's not just your stuff. Yeah. And you're a mother of two, you know, and you have a partner. And so there's a whole lot of things, you know, going on. I mean, when people say women can't do it all, I always say we don't want to do it all. We just happen to do what we have to do. Yeah.
Yeah, we just make it happen.
We sure do. So you're listening to Daniela McGowan. She is the owner of Goodness. It's a gift shop specializing in handmade, sustainable, and small business products. And she's owned that since 2018. And so I definitely want you to share where they can find your stuff, where they can find information about you. Just tell everybody where that is. But I also wanted to bring up just a little bit of your background when you talk about community service and you talk about, you know, just being so community oriented. Mm-hmm. As well as, you know, your interest in social work, obviously, that's helping people, advocating. Your background, I see as a distinguished past president of the Kiwanis Club of Grand Cayman. And you were a Kiwanis director, also Big Brothers Big Sisters. You were a director there, Big Brothers Big Sisters, for many, many years. So you kind of always, you know, wanted to be involved with the community. It was a pull, was it?
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of community. My dad was just always playing volleyball. We would spend, you know,
Sundays. Is she got a Lions? Is he in the Lions? What is he?
He's actually only been with the Volleyball Federation. So he's been the president of the Volleyball Federation for ever, as it would feel. But, you know, we would spend like a lot of weekends on 7 Mile Beach playing volleyball or go down to Airport Park during the week playing volleyball. A lot of community events, really. Kind of grew up with a lot of that. You know, church events with my grandmother, my mom. Even growing up now, my mom being involved in the 7th Day Adventist Soup Kitchen on Sundays, helping her with that. Just always loved being around kids, especially too. Community has just been something that's always been in my life. I grew up a lot with my grandmother, and she lived really close to the prison, so she would just always make like a lot of friends, people going in, visiting their kids or family, and she was literally like on the corner. Yeah. So, I don't know, people would just like stop by, introduce themselves, kind of share their stories with her. So I kind of she made relationships with just people in the community from where she lived. Right. And that kind of just trickled down. Just always really been involved in the community. Definitely always wanted to give back. Kids have always been a huge passion of mine, hence why I really wanted to get involved in social work, or I thought that would be my, you know, calling. Right. So that's kind of what led me to the Kiwanis Club when I started. Great program, gives back so much to the kids. That's, you know, dedicated to the kids of the Cayman Islands. Just like that they're very flexible with you, you know, they kind of understand you want to like give back your time, but you know, you also have a life as well. Right. So I just thought it kind of meshed well with me and, you know, my lifestyle, and, you know, that's been going great. And then I kind of got introduced. Someone came by to my office and gave a presentation on Big Brothers Big Sisters. Okay. And I was like, I want to give this a shot. Right. So I did, and I got paired with an incredible little sister, and her name is Daniela. Okay. And she's left-handed like me. Just great pairing, great experience, still great experience.
Just coincidental, all of that?
You know, I think a lot of thought went into the pairing.
Oh, nice.
Just to make sure we were really comfortable. I think she thought it was super cool that, you know, we shared the same name.
Of course.
And we were both left-handed.
Oh, wow.
And so that was kind of like a good intro for the both of us. When I got pregnant with my second kid, I kind of had to, you know, make a decision of like my time. So I kind of had to pull back from being a dedicated big sister, because I was like, I can't commit to, you know, once a week, but I still wanted to be involved, and we still see each other, you know, great. ever so often keep in touch. She'll text me. We'll remember each other's birthdays. Happy birthday. She'll come over. She spent New Year's with us. We still get together. But now I'm kind of involved on the board side of it and kind of seeing the background scenes and just super, super dedicated volunteers. Just so involved, just want to make great, differences in the kids' lives. Two both just incredible programs that I'm just so proud to be associated with and a part of.
So you're still a part of both of them?
Yes.
Okay, so you're still a Kiwanis member?
Yes.
Right. Okay. And also you're a director kind of on the Big Brothers Big Sisters board.
I'm on the board still for both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some of the things that you might be able to share with the listening audience about being a part of, like if they thought, I'd like to do that. Like what does it entail? What does being a big brother, big sister entail? Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
A big brother. So one of the commitments, if you're going to be a big brother or a big sister, is you kind of have to dedicate, we like to say, at least an hour a week with your child, with whoever you're assigned to be with. Obviously, you have to go through a channel of some interviewing and making sure you cross all the things we have on our list, because you're getting that one-on-one time with children. So we want to make sure you're a proper individual, your values and everything align with ours, and just really make sure that we are placing these kids in a safe environment and with people they can learn from.
Right.
You really just need to have, I think, just really good intentions and just want to give back and kind of just give time. I think a lot of it for me was just giving that time.
Right.
My little sister she had a big family. So just, I think, getting that one-on-one time, that one-on-one focus. So when I met her, she was really involved in track and field. But when we were given the opportunity, we had to pass the trial, and then she was able to kind of come over and, meet my family, because you have to pass a probation period. I noticed she really, really loves swimming in the pool. And I was like, have you ever considered, swimming? And she's like, oh my gosh, I love it. I would love to. And my daughter was actually currently in swimming. And I was like, let me see if I can get you into swimming. And she actually went on her first swim meet, I think, in Jamaica. And it was actually her first travel.
Nice.
Last year, I believe. So it's just been like such an amazing experience for her.
Yeah.
So kind of just
life-changing.
Yeah, definitely life-changing for her. And for me, I've learned so much from her. And it's just simple stuff. I remember after our first maybe like 3-6 months we were together, they had, we have to fill out these questionnaires because, we like to check in and make sure the relationship's going well. Are there any concerns? Are there any things you want to celebrate and like share with us? And one of the things, it was like, after being with, Miss Daniela, your big sister, what is one of the biggest things you've learned? And her thing, it was the sweetest thing. And she's just like, I learned how to eat with a fork and knife.
Oh,
properly.
Nice.
And it was just like,
nice.
It was just such an emotional moment.
Yeah,
like,
because you're not thinking that's the thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. So, and then like to see her swimming on like the Stingray swim team, she is phenomenal, and like to hear people talk about it and praise her.
That's so good.
So dedicated. It's just such a great program.
Yeah.
Just making a huge difference in a child's life.
Yeah.
And literally an hour a week. You can dedicate it.
And it can be more, right? But 1 hour, 1 hour is
1 hour minimum.
It's so doable, right? For anyone. Yeah.
So,
great.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage anyone to get in contact.
Who is the director now? Who's in charge of it now?
Right now, if you wanted to get involved, I would reach out to Angela Martin or Erin Kaufman. If you wanted to get that more in-depth information on it, always available. Reach out to them and they will shoot you all the information you need. Okay. Get you on the list. We are, always definitely looking for volunteers and looking for kids actually to enroll in the program. Boys and girls. So,
how many children do you have now in the Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I can't even say the number right now, but we have a good amount, but definitely always looking more and definitely more volunteers.
So if someone knows of a young person that could benefit from a program like that, they should also kind of reach out
Absolutely.
to Big Brothers Big Sisters so that they can kind of facilitate enrolling that child.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
that's great to know. So if somebody you're listening and you see a couple of children that are kind of like a little bit out there, and you feel like they need more supervision, they need whatever, that might be a good thing to do for those children, to say, you know what, it maybe a program like this would assist them in being productive, or you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, I think so. I think it would be great, and we all band together to take care of each other.
We really try to let people know it's not just troubled kids
right.
that are
Absolutely
in this program.
Not.
People tend to think, oh, you're in this program because you're a quote unquote troubled kid. It's
no.
If you meet the kids in this program, they are
right.
incredible kids.
Right.
So don't make it seem like you can't be like fine or not fine, but you don't have to be a trouble kid to be in the program. Pretty
right.
much. It's pretty much if you just want a mentor, like as a single mom, if you thought I thought my kids could really benefit from having a big brother, someone that is consistent with them, someone that shows them an interest, someone that can help them, someone that works in a field that they would totally be interested in, or you
can't have too many good people in children's lives.
So
it's only going to be better for them.
It's definitely a plus. So I would definitely even just learn about the program in general. I know we do presentations. Even if you thought your company, your colleagues would be interested in it, people don't know the program, call us up and we'll arrange to come and do a presentation. We really just make ourselves available to kind of share the program with you guys, with the community.
Now look at that. I thought we were going to be talking about goodness,
that is goodness.
But you got all of that stuff, and it's all goodness. You are absolutely right. And so it's almost like I got like a bonus this afternoon, for bringing in Daniela McGowan, who is owner of Goodness, this amazing kind of hub for our creatives and our artists in Cayman to be able to showcase their creations, right? As well as just the community spirit that you have, and talking about Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and Kiwanis. And it's just lovely. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
No, thank you for inviting me.
Very excited that you're here. Now, I do want to talk about Goodness when we get back to Goodness. You are an entrepreneur. I saw the word the other day, shepreneur or something, Caribbeanpreneur, some name they were trying to come up with, but it was a woman thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't feel it either.
I'm gonna have to Google that later.
Yeah, but it was something to do with that. But yeah, so you're an entrepreneur, young Caymanian. You have your own business, and it's called Goodness. It's a gift shop specializing in handmade, sustainable, and small business products. But I also, when I went in there, you have a rack of clothes, some racks of clothes. Tell us about that. What is that? Because I got a couple of pieces too.
I know, it's a great rack. So that is something new that has started at Goodness. So it kind of ties into our sustainability, our just being, really committed to being as sustainable as we can. I don't know if you noticed, but majority of our products have like no plastic or anything. We try to be as plastic free as possible. All of the furniture in our store is either hand built on island or, from the consignment store where we refurbished it.
Nice.
So everything is pretty much secondhand or handmade in the store. So the back on the rack is pretty much the concept of...
So it's called Back on the Rack.
Back on the Rack is what I've called it. So, we all have a ton of things that, we bought and we thought it was cute. And then when we got home, it was like, not really.
Or we've had enough of it.
Or you just had enough of it.
Ladies, we're always trying to...
I am guilty of the one-time wear.
We have nothing to wear and the closet is full and the man behind us is like, you are crazy.
Yeah, that's true. So,
yeah. I have a closet looking at me right now and I'm like, I have nothing to wear.
Well, you need to bring it on Back on the Rack.
I sure do. So tell us about Back on the Rack.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a consignment basis. You get a split. You just bring things from your closet that are in, good condition that you think someone else would appreciate. And
ladies, are you hearing?
Love, pre-loved, and then you re-love it. So the program has been going really well. Ladies, we can never have enough new stuff.
Right.
People find a lot of stuff that, have tags on them are really nice.
And it's new to you.
It is new to me, yes. So it's an addition to the Goodness, and it's it falls in line definitely with our sustainability
I think so
approach.
too.
So,
I think so too. And so people they can do spring cleaning,
yep.
come in there with their stuff, and then you guys just kind of sort it out
Yep.
and sort out what price it's going to be,
Mhm.
and then you'll
And
actually
you can get cash.
you'll sell that for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you
you can-
sell it, then you pay them. You give them the money.
Exactly. So we have an option where you can, people like to donate things and they don't want the cash for whatever reason, but we leave it up to you. You can come in, you can bring stuff and you can say, okay, I want my split in cash or I want my split to go to a particular charity.
Okay.
So you have the option.
Nice.
So, we have people doing both and it's fine. But just another way as well of giving back to the community.
Absolutely.
So not just through us, but through you. So if you came in and you said, I wanted my percentage to go to Big Brothers Big Sisters, then that is you contributing to them.
Okay.
No effort at all other than cleaning out your space.
Right.
So yeah.
So are you going to expand that at all to other items, or is it just back on the rack for now? Because, that could be like a whole area.
I know. So we do
You'll need a new
plans.
space, obviously.
We do have plans for that section for back on the rack because it has been going well.
Right.
And we just added, I think like a week or two ago, more like home decor items because we've been having people come in and request like, we have people who are committed and they're coming in on the weekends or during the weekend. They're like, oh my gosh, every time you come, there's something new.
Yeah.
But some of the feedback we've gotten is that people would like some home accessories.
Okay.
So we actually just added, someone brought in like some cushions. She said her story was, she had gotten this collection of, cushions. She's like, I thought they were so amazing. I took them home and my husband was like,
what is that?
Where are they? What is that? Where are they going? Like, so she's like, they've literally just been in the back of my closet for like, some time. So we are expanding a little bit, just taking time. It's just a lot of time.
Yeah,
a lot of effort.
course.
So
yeah. No,
like
that could be a whole thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
I used to be a thrift store. Like, I don't know. I call it a thrifter. I used to be a thrifter when I lived in the U.S. And that's a whole, trust me.
Yeah.
That is like a whole Saturday with your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. $100 and you got like
stuff.
all of these things, just bags and bags and bags of stuff.
Goodness, yeah.
So, no, I loved it. I walked in there and I was like, after I did the whole gift certificate, and of course, you go in with the gift certificate and you end up spending more, which is the point, right? And Shannon Seymour was my boss at the time, and she gave me she bought the gift certificates for all of her staff.
Okay.
And then she gave it to us for Christmas. It was one of our Christmas gifts. She's very generous like that.
I'm sorry, I have to big up Shannon Seymour and the Wellness Center. Such great support of local small businesses.
Yes.
Like, if I was to ever have to give like a top 5 of like just supporters along with like just my intimate family, Shannon Seymour would be definitely there, like so intentional about it.
Yeah.
She will be like, oh, you just opened a small business, and she will find reason to come by and support you. So definitely big up Shannon Seymour, the Wellness Center. Definitely appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, just amazing.
We've had the cookies from some people making cookies. We've had the cupcakes from the cupcake makers. Yeah, so definitely.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so really, really good. So I came in, and as soon as I walked in and I looked, after I did my shopping, I got a couple of candles and stuff. I looked to the right, and to the left, I'm like, what is that? What's this?
Yeah.
Because you don't even see it when you walk in because you're busy looking for the other stuff. And then as you browse around the store, because it's so much fun, it smells so good, and you're smelling stuff and you're caught up, and it's just lovely, a lovely atmosphere. And then there are the clothes. And so you're going through, and a lot of them had tags on them and everything. So ladies listening, please, you've got to get out to Goodness, just even if you check out Back on the Rack.
Yeah, please. It was kind of intentional to have it there because I know the concept is fairly new to here. I know a lot of our charities do like the clothing and stuff, but like I say, we kind of cherry pick, I guess, what we have on the rack.
Yeah.
Because I personally am not a person who likes to go through racks too much. So I tend to miss out on a lot of deals when I go away. But it kind of allows you to have or feel like you have a little bit of privacy. You're not kind of mingling with people who are there shopping for the gifts. You can kind of just stroll through there.
You don't even notice it,
You don't even, So you kind of just have that space to yourself. If you want to go try something on, the door is literally right there. You can slip right out.
Yeah.
So
it's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. And like you said, it is quite comfortable. And what I like about it is it's very organic as well, because it is recycling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the highest form of recycling in a sense, because, it's something that someone else had. They treated it nicely and gently, and now it's gently used, and it's new to you, and I love it. I really, really love it.
So whoever owned it before really loved it, and now it's your chance to give it some love.
And you know what I loved most about it? It wasn't just size 2. I remember when I was a size 2, but that's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so when you go into places and all you see are size 2 and size 4, it's offensive.
Bit of a turn, yeah. No, for sure.
So it was nice that it was like,
Yeah, a good variety.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that. So and if anyone's interested in doing that, tell them where they can find you. This is Daniela McGowan. We're talking this afternoon, our Thursday Success 101 show. And she is my young companion that I am highlighting this afternoon. She is a business owner. She owns Goodness. It's a gift shop specializing in handmade stuff and, working along with other creatives that make these things and provide them to the store, called Goodness, in the middle of town, right across from RBC, down from KFC. There's a lot of C's going on right across it, next to FedEx.
Yeah, so I tend to give Cayman directions when people ask.
All right, by the Guinness tree.
Yeah, I missed that one. But yeah, my Cayman directions it's right across from Royal Bank in the FedEx building, and it's down the road from KFC on the waterfront. So if you don't know any of the 3 of those,
right,
you need to go in.
You're not Caymanian?
Town. Yeah. So.
And I remember when Marin's was on that road, much less. So.
Well, someone actually told me Book Nook used to be in the building I'm in
across
now.
the street. No.
Yeah, someone said they used to
Maybe.
be in that space.
Could be, because right next to it might have been Hampstead. So, yeah, it's a whole lot going on.
Either Book Nook or Hobbies and Books. One of the bookstores, they were like, oh, yeah, this used to be...
I'm talking about Hampsteads. I went way back. Actually, about Hampsteads.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. It's, right down there. Because we used to go... You know who used to be there, actually? The girl's name was Sharon, but it was Sharon's mom. She used to have, like... I can't remember. If you all remember, please let me know, and I will definitely, mention it again, because we used to go on that street to get school supplies. So Book Nook or Hobbies and Books or Hampstead, all of those, it was school supplies, and that store, I think, right where you are, is where where Sharon's mother was. I can't remember that woman's name. I can't believe that. Wow. But anyway, Goodness is there now.
Yes, Goodness is there now.
And so tell us about Instagram, your phone number, anything as we close the show this afternoon, so people can find you, because they got to come look back on the rack if nothing else. Clean out your closet and come bring it.
You can find us on social media. So if you're on Instagram, you can look us up. It's goodness.ky. Same for Facebook. We also have a website that you can shop, pay online, have delivery straight to your door or wherever you want it to go. So the website is www.goodnessky.com.
Nice.
So go check it out. We don't have everything on the website, but a really good selection. And we try to have the website focus mainly, like majority of it is, again, the local offerings. But yeah, check us out. You look at the selection, shop online at any hour, any day.
A phone number?
Phone number, yes. You can call us on 517-8401.
Again, 517-8401. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so check us out.
Yeah, and I hope people go on down there or check out the website, at least check out Instagram, Facebook, add you, follow you, all that stuff. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. This has been an awesome conversation. I hope you saw it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, this was great.
Nervous. Yeah, there you go. So you're an expert at this now. I wish you much success. I will see you again, because I'm coming with some clothes, and I'm going to come get some clothes off back on the rack. And congratulations with all your success.
Thank
you
so much for having me. It was an absolute pleasure. So
I
look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. And thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. You have a great evening, and we shall talk again next Monday. This was your Straight Talk Drive to 5 show. I am Catherine Tyson, your host, and take care.